You will never know the feeling of a driver when winning a race. The helmet hides feelings that cannot be understood. The words of the great Ayrton Senna to welcome you to our broadcast. He was right. We can never understand, but my word, is it fun enjoying the journey to crown a world champion. This is Brazil, and it's time for the next chapter of this relentless World Championship run. Welcome back to an iconic venue currently bathed in the rain. We're ready to race in Sao Paulo. It's 4.3 kilometers, 2.6 miles. There are 15 turns, there's plenty of elevation, there's plenty of jeopardy, and there's plenty of excitement heading your way across the next minimum 90 minutes of racing action. With both titles up for grabs, this is Formula One. It's the C5, the C4 and the C3 if we get to slick running. It looks like intermediate territory out there at the moment, but it is warm, it is humid, and it is drying the wet circuit. Live pictures of a magnificent venue. Carlos Sainz is starting from the pit lane. New gearbox, new power unit. Zhou Guanyu with nothing to lose at the back. Can he switch on those tyres? Nico Hülkenberg is in 18th. Max Verstappen, 5-place grid penalty, finds himself dropping down to 17th in the order. 16th is home favourite Franco Colapinto. Next, returning to Formula One for just his third Grand Prix start, is Oliver Bearman. Lewis Hamilton goes from 14th on the grid, and he is looking to make amends after a really tricky time in the wet and in the dry. Next up is 13th place Pierre Gasly. He is the second Alpine on the grid. Next is Sergio Perez. Valtteri Bottas gets his best start since the Chinese Grand Prix all the way back in April. My word, that feels a long time ago. To our top 10, and it includes two Aston Martins, both of whom crashed. It's Alonso ahead of Stroll. The team worked their socks off to get that to work. Lance Stroll finds himself off the road on the formation lap, and he has got himself into difficulty at turn number 4. I think we're going to need an aborted start here. The start is aborted, a second formation lap now in progress.
Colapinto was also parked in the wrong grid slot.
Yeah, all sorts of procedures have been breached here, Max. So should not have started.
Yeah, you have to wait for a green light.
Lando Norris noted for a starting procedure infringement. Did Lando begin the second formation lap? The Sao Paulo Grand Prix is underway. The lead for George Russell. The Mercedes man gets by. Yuki Tsunoda hangs on to third position. Here is Oscar Piastri toughing it out with Fernando Alonso. But Piastri kept it pinned on the way out, and he's able to go past the two-time world champion.
Now side by side, the Sauber on the Haas. Ollie Bearman trying to hold on that position.
And round goes Checo. Sergio Perez spins round the Red Bull and through the spray, having a go at Lewis Hamilton, fighting his way through and taking 10th place. The man on the charge, the championship leader on the attack. Let's have a look at Oliver Bearman. He got a penalty, 10-second time penalty for causing a collision. Max Verstappen looking to make another move up against Pierre Gasly, and Verstappen comfortably takes 9th position. Here we go with Max Verstappen in another league right now. Wasn't even a contest.
Piastri, I believe, on Lawson.
So yeah, this was the spin round for Liam Lawson from Oscar Piastri, and he got a 10-second penalty for this. Hülkenberg has spun. I can see it out of the commentary box window. There he is as the rain hammers down. And Hülkenberg, usually so reliable when the rain has gone off. Can the leaders make it through? It's getting right on the limit. Control, Alt, Delete, and we go again.
All right. well done.
George Russell cannot cope with the car on the circuit any longer. The top two felt the need to come into the pits and take on new tyres.
Look at the water on the racetrack.
And look at the plumes of spray. Look at Lando Norris going through. It's barely raceable out there. Big crash into the wall for Franco Colapinto. Colapinto finds the barriers. It is a red flag. The race is interrupted with Esteban Ocon, the leader, but that is how easy it is. Hülkenberg received outside assistance, which is why he was shown the black flag. Esteban Ocon takes us back to racing conditions, and there's a good opportunity further back in the pack for a pass. Lawson completing the point scorers at the moment, and off the road goes Lando Norris. Norris has to back out of it. Round the outside to take the place goes George Russell. There's different risk levels being taken.
Oh.
And there's the evidence off the road into the tarmac runoff for Oliver Behrman, who nudges the barriers. Can he escape from there to keep his race going?
Everybody had 6. They all changed during that red flag. Oh, and we see the Ferrari going around.
Into the wall. Carlos Sainz, and he spins into the barrier to bring out the safety car once again. Ocon leaving it late. There's a big opportunity for George Russell, but a better one for Max Verstappen as Lando Norris has gone off the road. The championship pendulum swings in one corner.
You see the command now from McLaren to swap positions. That was expected.
And that's Russell up to 4th. And Russell is able to get past Charles Leclerc.
Don't expect that to be an issue. Russell didn't have to lift.
In the Brazilian rain, the Dutchman has delivered a defining drive. He climbs the hill back to Grand Prix victory. Max Verstappen wins the Sao Paulo Grand Prix in 2024. 17th on the grid to the win, and punching the air with delight is Esteban Ocon, who takes his 4th career podium. A defining win for the World Championship that leaves him with a 62-point lead, his first Grand Prix victory since back in June, and it was worth the wait, roaring through the field in some style.
Of course, I was very very frustrated with qualifying, but we just tried to just use it as a good motivation in the race, and luckily we had a great start. And from there onwards, we were just having a really good feeling in the car, and we made all the right calls again, stayed calm, and executed when we needed to. So incredibly happy with today. I mean, honestly, crazy. I never expected to go from P17 to P1. I was hoping for good points, but this is absolutely crazy.
I don't know if we are in the reality right now, or if we are still in a dream. You know, the alarm rang this morning at 4:30, and we had no idea that today was going to be such a day. The qualifying was incredible, but today we are leading the race. Like, we haven't been further up than P10 this year, or P9. You know, it's been incredible to being able to fight. You know, it feels so good. You know, spending so much time in the midfield, struggling. You kind of think, you know, when is my time gonna come? So great that, you know, on the rain we can still see that the cars, they level out in some tracks, and I think that was not going to be a thing anymore, but it was today.
Gotta watch for my language, but I'm so happy. I'm so proud of all the guys in the team. It's unbelievable. It's historical for the team. We had such a tough season, and they've been a lot said about our team. It's been difficult. We've been talking a lot about us. Not quite positively, but at the end of the day, we always stayed united, and we never gave up. Even against all odds, no one would have believed that even one Alpine can make it on the podium this year, and we made it too. And it's quite unique as well, you know, to share the podium with Esteban in that way. We've had our ups and downs, and regardless, I think they've always been respect, regardless of everything that happened, and for our story, it's a pretty cool one.
Unfortunate, sometimes it just goes your way, you know, so nothing we did wrong. I don't get what people say. Staying out was not the right thing to do. It shouldn't have been red flagged, but obviously that was the crash in the end which caused the red, so just that's life sometimes. You take a gamble, it's paid off for them. It's not talent or, it's just luck. So a bit unlucky this one.
Yeah, really strange. As soon as I touched the brakes, I just had a huge rear lock, and then I was a passenger from there. So I've never felt that in the car. So maybe there was a brake failure problem. We have to look into it.